Welcome to TransMissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, we talk about some new LEGO Transformers, Magic Square has a couple new Legend Scale figures, and we have rumors about upcoming crossovers. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025, and this is episode 628 of TransMissions.
Welcome to TransMissions, the podcast whose web store is still Terra-free, we think. I'm your host, Jeremy, aka Yakko. I'm joined by the excellent TransMissions team of Daryl, Cybertronian Beast.
That's me, I'm here. Let's talk Transformers.
All right, and we start off the show by thanking our Donatrions, who we need more now more than ever, I think. So these are the people who support our show on Patreon and PayPal, and we love them for it. They get a lot of awesome stuff, like some bonus shows, including We Like a Big Bot with Daryl and Dr. Pants, where they go and talk about a particular big bot in their collection and the various figures that bot has had. And we have 14 episodes out right now, and maybe some will come later, maybe not. We don't know. Who knows? It's a brave new world right now we're in. So who knows?
It's a new world. I don't know whether it's brave, but
okay, yeah,
it is a new world, and we're just taking it 1 hour at a time here.
Yeah,
it's changing really quickly.
Yeah, so things are completely different than they were a few weeks ago.
Yep.
So yeah, what's not different is Empire of Rust, which is our live play RPG podcast. Who they are, with the exception of right now where they are on hiatus, they have a pretty good schedule and they have hundreds of episodes out. And they were on hiatus for the month of January. And I think Mike has said that he needs that extended another week or two. So we don't have a full date yet, but it's going to be back up in February. And
he got a taste of the freedom. That's what I'm saying. He got a taste of the freedom of not having to put out an episode, and now you'll never hear from him again. It's done. No. It's over.
I think he's actually has the results of putting out a bunch of shows. Donatrions get the raw, uncut versions of these Empire of Rust adventures, and then the next week, the edited version will go out on the free podcast feed. If you want to go check those out, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/rust. And we still have our Transformers #1 Skybound comic with artwork by EJ Sue. This was the exclusive cover that we commissioned. You can go to transmissionspodcast.com/comic and pick that up. And we will be happy to ship it out. And then it's a new month, so we have a new code with toyhacks.com. You can save 15% by using the code LOVEMISSIONS. This code can be used with your Robo Points, but cannot be used or combined with other discounts or promotions. So use LOVEMISSIONS at checkout, and we love our friends at Toy Hacks, and do yourself a favor, get yourself a Valentine of some great labels and stickers. And I think that is all the promos we got. So let's get into some toy news. We are starting off this week with new Lego figures. I think this was kind of a surprise. I just happened to see this. I think Lego just announced a whole bunch of stuff this last week. They announced a Game Boy collaboration. They've been doing these video game consoles, but then I also saw these, and I'm like, this is great. They have a Brickheadz line, which is basically a little super deformed character. They've done Star Wars, DC, Marvel. They have them every line that they do. They have Brickhead versions, and now they have Transformers. So they're starting off with Optimus and Bumblebee, which makes sense because those are the Transformers that they've done full size. And these do not transform. They are just I think you use the bricks to make either the vehicle or the robot, not both. They're
Wait, these don't transform?
they don't transform.
What the F, Jeremy?
But Optimus Prime is 237 pieces and Bumblebee is 253 pieces, and both sets are $20 a piece for now.
That's not bad. That's nice. That's nice and cheap.
Yeah. And I would say the Bumblebee robot mode I like a lot better than the full size. Even though, I mean, they are literally like 3-4 inches tall. I mean, they're not big at all, but they're pretty fun builds. My kid has a few of them, and for like the human characters and stuff that they do, they have like a little pink Lego stud in the middle of the head for the brain. So I'm curious to see what they do for these. That's been pretty consistent across all the ones that he's done. But these look really good. I really like the vehicle modes. Here I need to get the right window so I can go through some of these pictures. Here's the Optimus. And one nice thing about Lego is they actually use rubber tires. They're the largest rubber tire manufacturer in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So Optimus has rubber tires, as does Bumblebee. Optimus's vehicle mode is a little squat. It's not like a full square. It's very narrow when you look at it from the side. But Bumblebee's vehicle mode, I think, looks really good. It really reminds you of the original toy. So, what do you think of these? I know you're not the biggest Lego guy.
No, I mean, I grew up on Lego. I still have all my childhood Lego. So I do like Lego an awful lot. My problem with modern day Lego is that you build it and then you leave it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not my upbringing. My my style was I build it, I mess with it, I break it, I build it again, I break it, I lose the instructions, I can never build it again, and now the pieces go into the bin with all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. Well,
but I think they're cool. I think they're neat, and the price point is perfect for stuff like this.
Right. And actually, this does say I was wrong. This does have enough pieces to build both the robot and the truck separately. You can see here it says Optimus Prime 260 pieces, the Optimus Prime truck 261 pieces. So you'll be able to make both of them.
Okay,
which is nice. So I'm thinking get the Bumblebee, display the Bumblebee in robot mode, and then to get full size Bumblebee and make that vehicle mode. Because I'm just not a big fan of the legs on the full size. But anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. Don't know when they're coming out yet, but just later this year is all we know.
One of the now since we're on the topic of Lego, one of the games that we used to play when I worked at Toys R Us back in the day, a long time ago now. But because they still have them, you can still play the game. Is you would buy the small little bag sets, right? You see them on the little pegs at the toy stores. You guys don't have Toys R Us, so wherever Walmart you might find them at. But the little bag sets, they're probably like $4 to $6 or something like that. They're really cheap. Anyway, the game is you have to build the set in that bag without opening the bag, and that was really fun, and I enjoyed that. It was very difficult at times depending on the set you built, but you could do it if you were determined enough and you had enough time, because they would take quite a long time sometimes.
Yeah,
but it was really fun.
And in our chat, Alex mentioned that those numbers are actually not the piece counts, the ones I just read. So it's like Bumblebee is 253 and Optimus is 237. So I'm not sure what those numbers are at the bottom. Maybe they're just like identifying numbers for each one.
Well, what's the number on the Optimus? So you got 262, 263 on Bumblebee.
But if you look at the left here, it's
like their model numbers. It's like
but they're in their Lego number 4,000 or 40,803 and 40,004.
Yeah. So you've got a different like model number for each piece. So
he says that they might be like the numbers on Funko Pops. maybe they are the Brickheadz identifying number. But
Okay.
anyway, it'll be fun. I'm definitely going to be getting these and checking them out.
All right. Now talk about some real toys. We got ourselves some interesting prototype images. This is our first one we're going to talk about is from Magic Square, and it is Legend Scale Ultra Magnus version 3.0. And if you've been if you're a collector of Legend Scale figures, you know that there really is only, I mean, it originally started with Iron Factory, and they're still out there, they're still killing it, but they've kind of diverted into their own style, and it's still it's very good. They're very competent builders of figures, but it's basically New Age and Magic Square right now, and there's a lot of people who are just buying New Age, and that's fine. But Magic Square is making some incredible figures now, and it looks like they have decided to update their Ultra Magnus. And we've got some pictures here of the Ultra Magnus figure in its robot mode. This is, like I said, these are just prototypes, and in fact, they look like CAD images, but they might actually, I can see some striations on them, so they probably are 3D printed.
Yeah, you can see on the left shoulder.
Yeah. So, they've got it next to their Optimus Prime, their Legend Scale Optimus Prime. But these things look great. Really cool. Obviously, this is the third version of the Ultra Magnus that they've made, and I think this one looks amazing. If you're looking for an Ultra Magnus for your Legend Scale set display, consider the Magic Square one. It looks pretty awesome. But we're not done with Magic Square. They sent out a second prototype image this week, and this one is of a Legend Scale Sixshot. And Sixshot is pretty awesome. He's a fan favorite character. He is a ninja consultant. He's badass. I love Sixshot. So we've got an image here of another prototype from Magic Square. They've got a picture alongside the aforementioned Ultra Magnus that we just talked about. So he looks pretty awesome. I'm really into this. It looks like they might actually sell this thing as a double pack. I don't know what these boxes are. It looks like it might be a double pack, which is really cool too. They have a history, Ultra Magnus and Sixshot. If you know it, then you're very cool. And if you don't, then look into it. But going through the images, you can see that Sixshot can in fact do all 6 modes, and they look really good, all 6 of them. So I'm quite interested in this. The only other, I have a Sixshot. I have a G1 Sixshot. I have the original one from, what was it? Mastermind Creations back in the day did one. And then I actually do have a world's smallest Sixshot, which is pretty kick-ass. It's awesome. So, but that's almost identical to the G1. So,
just about the size of fingers.
It's tiny, yeah, but it's die-cast. Anyway, I like the Legend Scale stuff, especially these new ones from New Age and Magic Square. So if they are able to pull off something that looks as kick-ass as this, then I probably would be interested. Problem is the pricing on them is getting a little bit high, and we do not have any information on pricing yet for these. But like I said, it does look like we might be getting these in a 2-pack. So if you're interested in getting Ultra Magnus and Sixshot together, be on the lookout for both, because they're on their way.
The box looks fantastic, and these definitely look like just modernized G1, particularly the Magnus, but even Sixshot.
Oh, yeah.
They have, if you're a fan of the G1 look, they have that, but just you can tell the modern engineering.
Oh yeah.
Next up, we have from Mark Mayer's Instagram. He did a behind the scenes look at the Deluxe animated Fugitive Waspinator, and this is The I think in the show, was he just called Wasp? It was,
I think so. It's just Wasp.
but this looks really cool. Just kind of showing off, everything that, like, different poses, and it's one of those, like, lesser known characters unless you're a big animated fan, and it's great to get him out there. But he just talks about how he has always dreamed of characters like this to get proper treatment. I don't know if he had like a figure in the original line, or maybe it was a BotCon figure or something.
I don't think so. I think best case is a BotCon one.
Yeah, but basically he's a remold of the animated Bumblebee. But he's got his stinger weapon, blast effects, and I just love all the poses that Mark puts him in.
Mm-hmm. You can tell Mark's having fun.
Oh yeah, and he's probably got the best job in the world. But yeah, this was just great seeing some of these behind the scenes pictures, and just all the kind of the care that you can tell he and the other designers take when they're doing this. Because I know with probably the financial situation of Hasbro that we've talked about before, they're not getting to do as many figures as they have in the past in the line, and we're getting like lots of refreshes of old figures coming back in the new line, and get them out, like the Ultra Magnus, the Studio Series Ultra Magnus is just coming out again. So just still seeing that on the creative side, they're still 100% dialed in to doing this, having fun. They want to put out something really special for the fans. It's great.
On this point you just made, is we're going to see a lot more of this type of figure where, for all intents and purposes, this is Bumblebee. They just swap the head and change the color, right? So,
Right.
And this is, as far as budgets go, this is a home run. Like,
Right.
they've done all the work and all the tooling's already done. They just have to add a head, which is peanuts, and just change the colors up, which is, it costs nothing. So, so yeah, we're going to see a lot more of this, and a lot less of the, a completely new figure in the line,
or a one-off that they can't reuse.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No more Beast Wars Megatrons.
Yeah.
Although they use that thing like 4 times.
Yeah. Yet they did not use that for the Godzilla.
Yeah. Right on. All right. So we are going to continue on with some more DNA designs. We've talked about them a couple times already this year. And DNA Designs is going to tackle the Masterpiece Raiden. And they have got a upgrade kit to take Masterpiece Raiden and make it taller and fill in some of the gaps, and basically take a couple of the add-on pieces that come with him and make it into some kind of a car or some kind of cart, something to kind of put them all together and make it into something. Anyway, if you've got a Masterpiece Raiden, you've got them all, and you were disappointed in the height of it because it's pretty squat, and then take a look at the kit here from DNA Designs. It is DK-58, and it's only 3 pieces, which is crazy. So I'm trying to see where, because the main piece is going to be the waist. It takes it and it lifts it a bit, but I'm trying to see where it puts the other 2 pieces, and I can't see it off the top of my head. But here it's probably somewhere in the legs as well, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. Oh, is it in the arms? Maybe it's in the arms.
Yeah, I can't see it, but there's only 3 pieces in this kit, so I got to imagine it's pretty cheap. I don't see a price here in the story, but I'm just going to take a quick peek here to see if there's oh yeah, there it is. So it's on TS for $30. So if you've got this, you already know that the full set of the Masterpiece Combiner is very expensive. So an added $30 is a real good price to put in to lift it up a little bit and make it nice and tall
a little bit more to scale.
Yeah.
But
What's $30
yeah, it looks,
after you've spent hundreds of dollars on this already?
yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into the discussion again, but I mean, I didn't need any for the Moon Studios one. Just saying. Anyway, this thing looks good. But yeah, if you're interested, $30, get it pre-ordered.
Next up, we have this is coming from a Korean site called Safety Korea. It's a collaboration with the company Supreme, and it's an Optimus Prime. Supreme is a high-end Korean clothing brand, and they've done other collaborations in the past, like one with Hot Wheels before. Basically, this is a G1 Optimus Prime with a solid red trailer with Supreme written on the side. Roller is red with black seats. The gun and fists are red. It looks like the missiles are yellow. It's not a very high quality picture here, but got a G1 style instruction book. Oh, here's this better picture. Should have gone over one. We got some stickers, and I think this is just scaled up, but still looks a little better. But I mean, it's a G1 Optimus Prime with a red trailer, so not much to it there. But yeah, I mean, I imagine this is only going to be in Korea. I don't know if we would see this outside of the US, but it's good to see them getting, just more G1 Primes out there.
So this is not the Missing Link one, right? This is just the regular old G1 Optimus Prime.
This is what we got. This is the pictures we got. I don't know. I would assume it's not.
Why don't you know? Why don't you know more?
I don't read Korean.
The part that gets me about this is, why haven't we seen this done 1,000 times by now? Was it the fact that they lost the molds for the trailer up until recently when they decided to make their own, again? But this seems like a no-brainer. You have a trailer in which you can plaster the name of a company across it.
They did it themselves in G2 with it said Optimus Prime.
Right, exactly. So why have we not seen, a Walmart or
why have we never seen the Amazon Optimus Prime? I mean, come on.
Exactly. Right there should be somebody out there who collects, branded Optimus Primes and has a room full of them, because it's just something they do every single year. There's a new one, and it's just something that's we're just sick of, right? And we're just waiting for the one that's like, a product or something. Like maybe they'll do a Tim Hortons one this year or something like that, and I'll be like, all right, fine, I'll get the Tim Hortons Optimus Prime.
Do a FedEx and a UPS. I mean,
yeah,
you've got all of these brands that if you drive anywhere, you see on the highways and stuff, and just any of those.
Yeah.
Even if it's a company that wants to do it for their employees only as kind of, a little thing. I think at this point with Hasbro, I mean, just look at it as like an easy little money maker.
Sure.
License your own. Yeah. I mean, we've done comic books. Maybe we could do
TransMissions one. Yeah. I don't know whether you have that kind of money.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's a fun idea.
Yeah.
All right. And back to the rumor mill here for my last story for the week. This is, this one here seems like an obvious, something that, is in the works. But the rumor is that there's a Masterpiece Optimus Prime in the works. So it would be Masterpiece Optimus Prime 4.0. This is, they say in the story, they go, take it with a grain of salt. But Optimus Prime is the main character in the show, in the brand. This is the easiest sell for this brand. So there will always be a new Optimus Prime. So I could start the rumor and say there's going to be a new Optimus Prime. If you ask me to nail down a date, that would be where the whole thing falls apart. But there will always be a new Optimus Prime coming out. Now, the MPG line has not done one yet. The MP Masterpiece Jinrai that just came out, that's the closest we've gotten, but that's the last Masterpiece figure, technically, quote unquote, Masterpiece. Now, 4.0, Optimus, there will be one eventually. We don't have any kind of date on this. Just somebody has decided to leak that there's something coming, down the pipe, that there will be another Optimus. Yeah, there always will be, right? So, the story also suggests that an upcoming Masterpiece might be Jazz or Hauler, and Hauler's pretty easy, unless they redesign the entire Masterpiece, grapple or what's his name, fucking, fire truck guy. God, I can't remember all these names. Oh my God!
No.
Yeah, you're having trouble with the name too. Yeah. There you go. I'm glad. Good.
I'm not the toy guy.
Can't even see him now. Oh, there he is. Inferno. Yeah, Inferno. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah. Jesus. Keep all these names in your head. It's tough. So Jazz. Somebody suggested Jazz, and I went, and I remember we used to do the year-end survey. Does anybody who listens to us still remember the year-end survey? We haven't done it in 2 years now, and we used to have a question on there. Hey,
it nearly killed you every year.
Yeah, it did. and so there used to be a question on the year-end survey where we asked, which character do you want to see get the Masterpiece treatment? And inevitably, every single year, it would end up being Jazz or Galvatron, right? But Jazz was always at the top of the list. And Jazz, for whatever reason, is a character that they are not going to do a Masterpiece figure of. And it's G1 Jazz. Obviously, some people are probably hearing me thinking, oh my God, they've already done one, and it's for, the 07 movie. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about G1 Jazz. And there's something in the legal
licensing of the car,
something like that. There's something they don't want it associated with. But G1 Jazz is, for whatever reason, is a no-go zone. And so anyway, it's a cool car. I would buy the shit out of it if they did one, but for whatever reason, they're not going to, and Galvatron's on that list too, but Galvatron, you cannot make anything else out of, as far as Masterpiece go. You want to recolor it, sure, but you might get one or two colors out of it.
I mean, that's what they did on the main line.
Yeah. So anyway, but as far as Masterpiece Optimus Prime goes, it's the easiest rumor to put out there, because there will always be another Optimus Prime. And how long has 44 been out? I don't know, a couple years. So, give it another couple years, and then we'll get another one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and in Japan, Jinrai is not Optimus Prime.
No, he's not. So there, I can't imagine they'll do an Optimus Prime so close to Jinrai, right? Because they are expecting us to North Americans to buy a lot of these as well. So it's a lot of the figure that is very similar looking. But anyway, I mean, I'm not in their heads as far as that goes, but it's still, there's always going to be another Optimus Prime. So anyway, that's my take on it. That's the rumor that's out there, is that an Optimus Prime 4.0 is in the works. But like I said, there's always going to be a 4.0 Optimus Prime in the works.
Here's something else on Jazz from Alex in the chat, that it might also be the Martini paint scheme that Jazz had. So maybe not specifically the car. I think we saw that with Wheeljack too. The race car design that they used is also, copyrighted.
Yep, they did. There's a lot of things going against Jazz. So, yep.
All right. The last thing we have here in Quick Hits is Bear Brick Transformers Optimus Prime 400%. So we have official images of this. This is a scaled up version of the other Bear Brick Transformers. And this is a Japanese exclusive figure. About 28 centimeters tall. Being Japanese, they don't even try with inches. They just go straight to the metric.
They're smart.
And
28 centimeters is right on the nose, 11 inches.
Nice. Maybe they did start with inches. They just aren't saying. But it's going to be, it says a pre-order price of 36,080 yen, which is around $231.83 US. And plan for a release this month, February 2025. If you've ever seen, they do their Bear Brick thing with all sorts of different licensed characters, but this one actually transforms. On the back, you have like an embossed or an embedded Autobot logo and their Bear Brick logo, but then it transforms into Optimus Prime. So it's their bear transforming into Optimus Prime. It's interesting. If you collect these, I'm sure you'd be in for this. I don't know if the complexity of this is worth, $231. It seems like a fairly simple transformation, not much to it. And, you're just paying for that Bear Brick look. And I'm sure they're able to charge that much because they have their audience.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, like I said, it's going to be pretty much Japanese only. So check out the link if you're interested. But it's a little bit crazy for me.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right. So with all that out of the way, let's move on to trips to the store.
The TransMissions podcast will return after these messages.
Trips to the Store is brought to you every week by our TeePublic merch store. Go to transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic and you can get some awesome designs on shirts, hats, phone cases, anything they have. You can get our stuff on it. I think Daryl and I are actually wearing the same shirt, different colors.
Heck yeah.
Our Good Guy logo shirt. So that was completely unplanned. But get some great stuff. They always have sales. So if they're not having a sale when you check back in a few days, because they have sales all the time. So get like a decent discount. All right. So I'm going to go first, and I have a new figure a pre-order that came in. So I got to thank me from a few months ago, because I completely forgot until I saw the shipping notification. I haven't opened it yet. I got Legacy United Comic Universe Tarn, and this is the first Tarn figure that I've actually got ever. So I'm looking forward to getting this guy out and transforming him.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's cool. You'd never had him before, huh?
No, never had any Tarn third party or anything. So
cool.
This is great. I've heard
it's a good figure. Yeah, it's a good figure.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I was happy to see that pre-order. I put in these pre-orders, and the Hasbro Pulse ones are so far in advance, even though you can find the figures on the shelves. I'm just like, I put it in, and by the time it comes out, I've completely forgotten. So it's a nice present. Oh, I was going to go last, but I went first. But whatever.
You were, yeah.
Charles isn't here. I'm pushing all the buttons.
Well, I have a figure that's coming in the mail. It'll be here tomorrow. I checked the status of it earlier today, and so yeah. But so I'll have it next week. But by the time you're all listening to this, I'll be coming back from Tulsa, Oklahoma, for work, and maybe I find something there. Maybe not. Who knows? Well, I don't know what's in Tulsa. I've never been before. Anyway, I wanted to update everybody. I opened up some of the blockies last week on the show, and here is the Megatron that I opened up. He's all nice and together now, and he looks pretty good. And I can never get my camera to. Yeah, he's very blurry. Problem with these figures. Yeah, it's not gonna.
Put your hand behind.
Yeah, it's fine. And Ratchet. So yeah, I was a little disappointed that I got Ratchet because I got Ironhide in the other box. So they're literally the same figure, just different colors. So, I was hoping for something a little different, but whatever. They're cool. They look good and very posable. So that's fun. And then I got my picked up my comic books. So I got Void Rivals number 16. Yeah. So it's good. We reviewed it on the show, and it's fine. But yeah, I really don't have anything else. Yeah, that's why I was gonna go first. So
yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, I could grab something else, but no, that's fine. That's all I got. Sorry, everybody.
Blame Charles.
I should. Yep.
All right. Well, I think that is it for Trips to Store. So move on to the next thing.
We now return to the Transmissions podcast.
All right. So we're going to finish up the show with a little convention news and some speculation. All right. So this next weekend is MegaCon Orlando. It's February 7th, or the weekend of February 7th. And on Friday, February 7th, Hasbro is having a Transformers panel. Evan and Emily from the Transformers team are going to be there at 11 a.m. in the programming room S320H. They're going to be doing live product reveals, behind the scenes insights, and they're going to launch the next HasLab for Transformers, which we have not yet gotten the current HasLab that's in production, but maybe they'll have some thoughts on that too. But they're going to be launching the 2025 HasLab.
Mm-hmm.
The rumors I've seen online say that it's going to be Japanese G1 related. Mm-hmm. So we were going to speculate on what we thought it would be, and I have an idea of what I would like it to be, Japanese G1 related, which we know is both of our strong points. Japanese G1.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
We're both so big on that. But what are ideas do you have on what the next HasLab could be?
Well, I mean, I've seen some rumors as well. But yeah. I would like, let's see here. The rumor I saw, I mean, I'll get this out of the way. The rumor I saw was Diatlas. And that would be pretty cool. A nice big Diatlas figure. That'd be kind of fun. But the one that I would really want is a new Overlord that was like all encompassing. Every part of it, was big and chunky, and it was like had everything that made it awesome, and wasn't as kind of shitty as the first one that we just recently got. So yeah, I would be looking for something like that. But yeah, the rumor I'm hearing is Diatlas, and maybe the rest of his compatriots to build that the little tank thing he's part of. I can't remember what it's called, but it's there's something like there's two other bots that he can kind of combine with to make like a big like space like super ship or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. Anyway, it would be the Atlas. I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah. What I would like to see, and technically the show is the final show in the Japanese G1 because they pretty much every show that they did up until Car Robots, or including Robots, but that was the final Japanese G1 in their continuity. Everything was actually related in all their fiction to that point. I would love to see the Megatron from that show go along with the Optimus Prime. We got the Omega Prime.
You're talking about RID Megatron?
Yeah.
You're really pushing the whole G1 Megatron aspect here.
I am. I know it's not going to happen. I'm just saying, I would just love to see that. I mean, that's just such a awesome figure in different transformation modes.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I know it'll never happen. It's more likely to be something like you said with the Atlas or even Overlord. I do see them doing a Decepticon, because they seem to be alternating.
Right.
And we got Autobot this time. But I also do like that they seem to also be adding more value with the multiple figures. Like with the Omega Prime, we're getting basically 2 liters and a deluxe.
Yeah, I can't remember what size Blue Balls is, but I think he's at least a deluxe.
Blue Bolt.
What did I say?
Blue Balls.
That's what I think about when I see him. Blue Balls.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, but I think if they did give one, it would be a character that would have surrounding characters that would go along with it, like you said.
Yeah, I have no doubt that they're probably thinking about that RID Megatron, but if I mean, that is the furthest thing from G1 Japanese than I can imagine.
I mean, I checked the wiki; it says the final Japanese G1. But they can do that in the Legacy line. That'll be fine too.
Yeah. I think that's probably closer to it. They'll make a commander class. I mean, that's a big figure. A commander class or something like that. And I mean, I don't know. It's a cool figure. I have one in a box, so that's kind of neat. But
I never got one.
Is it here? You've never had one?
No.
Oh man, I have the white Galvatron version of it too. So you could mess around with mine. Anyway, yeah. So it's a cool figure, but I definitely think we're looking at something like the Atlas or an Overlord. Trying to think of the other ones too. You see, it's going to be something big.
You think we could get a combiner like a Bruticus with a cape?
Never. No, that's too much, especially with the fact that they're putting combiners in the main line right now.
Yeah.
It would be neat. We might see add-ons into the selects line, something like that. They haven't done specifics like that in the, for the selects line in a long time. But yeah, I don't know. We're running out of big Japanese figures to go with, right? So, yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah. I
mean, something like Triptychon they just re-released. That's way bigger than you would expect. I mean, the Unicron sized HasLab is not going to happen again. So
no, yeah,
it's going to be leader commander class somewhere in there.
Yeah,
with some add-ons.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I
think one good thing about this is it's on Friday, so we will have next week what this is. It's not like they tend to release things like the day after we record a show on Sunday. So thankfully this will still be fairly new when we talk about it next week. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. The guess is bad guy, right? You think it's going to be a Decepticon?
That's what I think. Because they've been alternating. They did, Victory Saber, Deathsaurus, Omega Prime. I figure it's going to be a bad guy.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's also
you don't
the
have a-
40th anniversary of Transformers and stuff. But I don't know.
That was last year.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
You don't have a real guess. You just
My
you're just
knowledge
going
of
with your wish.
Japanese my knowledge of Japanese G1 is so limited. Like outside of things like Diatlas or Overlord, stuff like that. I just I would love to just see something off the wall like that, just because it's such a unique figure. Everyone that has it loves it.
I'm looking at some of the Japanese figures that I own. Like they could update Sky Gary, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could do that. They could, they could do. I forget the name of the other little guy, but I think he's another one that combines with the.
But I mean, you need to look at the outside of Japan interest, because they're going to want worldwide, interest in buying this thing.
Yeah.
So it's got to be. It can't be a super, obscure Japanese G1 character. It's got to be a pretty popular one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm going to be sticking with like an Overlord or something like that. Something that's pretty popular, a big name. Yeah.
Or maybe it's going to be a set of characters. I mean, what if they went something like outside of Japanese G1, which is what we were suspecting, but what if they went and did like a team from the comics or something?
That's pretty niche.
Yeah.
I the one thing that I keep that my outside the baseball kind of idea would be something like the one of the Beast Wars combiners or something like that.
But they just did what was it what was that? The 3 dinosaurs that combined. That wasn't really Beast Wars, was it?
No, I'm thinking of like the Tripredacus. What? Is that the Beast Wars one? Yeah,
that started as like I think a BotCon thing.
Well, no, there's a figure, right? That came as it's a combiner. I have to look at it now.
Oh, Alex in the chat says maybe Pretenders.
Yeah, Tripredacus is the Beast Wars combiner. It's a three bot combiner. It would be.
Oh, it was the more recent one.
There's a yeah. I mean, it's the bad guy one. So
yeah. Well, what about Pretenders? That'd be cool. I don't know if you could get
there'd have to be a lot of them, because if you're paying for a HasLab, you want a few of these things, right?
Right. But anyway, we'll know more next week, and hopefully it is something that gets a lot of interest, because I know you weren't really big into this year's, so you didn't back it.
Nope.
But it was the fastest backed HasLab that they've done. So yeah.
La-di-da.
The RID you can't watch is the best RID. But anyway, that is that's all we got for convention news this week, and that is all we have for transmissions this week. So thank you for joining me, since Charles had to duck out, and thanks Alex in the chat for being here pretty much every week. Since Charles is out, I'm deficient on getting the Patreon post up and everything. So check our Discord. We'll post it in there too.
Yeah, our Discord's free. If you're listening right now, Discord is free. You don't have to pay any money to become a Donatreon or anything like that. You can just join the Discord and come hang out with us.
Yep. And then I'm sure when this news comes out about the MegaCon stuff, people will be talking about it right away. So.
And how right we were.
Yep.
And like, can you believe that it was RID Megatron? Who saw that coming?
Anyway, as we close out the show, we want to thank our Masterpiece Donatreons, who are the ones that donate at the highest level and get a shout out every week. So thank you, John Forks, Levin Good, and Steve C. And thank you everyone else for watching and listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.